The life plan process, I felt, was the best combination of different um, elements into a comprehensive program that would not only take care of my investment, my future, my retirement, but with the other programs that are available would get into helping take care of my, for example, my parents. He had a group of experts that he worked with that dealt with the different facets to the future planning for their estate, and it just came together very nicely in this complete package.
Right now, I'm 72 years old, or as the child progression says, 72 and a half. But anyway, spent 20 years in the military, 52 to 72. Got out, went to work for the state as a computer programmer, and retired from the state in 95. Well, he came up to us one day and he says, I've got a friend of mine, David Disraeli. He does estate planning and many other things. He says, and I think it would behoove you to take advantage of his services. Got us started in that there and met David. We talked. And I balked occasionally. But anyway, he kind of opened our eyes a little bit in that there's estate planning and a few other items in that there's more to it than meets the eye. So looking a little more into it, and with David's guidance and that we decided we'd try it and see what come out of it. Unfortunately, I had a few health problems that dropped me out of the study program, but David has been very helpful as far as advice.
David Disraeli has built a level of trust with me that had to be there before I would let him go and work with my parents. I was very confident at that point that he could properly analyze the situation for my parents, and it was very low key. It was just sitting down with a blank piece of paper and looking at and identifying the different pieces of my parents' estate, how these would all fit together. And for example, if something happened the following day, how would all these things play out?
I always played the ostrich. I was burying my head in the sand, thinking I never have to deal with it, but reality set in, and I realized it has to be done. And through David, he opened our eyes, and we got all our little policies together. We might have a whole dozen of it, but nobody knew where they was and what they are. And so with David's help, we got that straightened out, and then he guided us to a very fine lawyer, and he helped us complete the project.
Mr. Van Winkle, a number of months ago, I referred a family to you,
Yes.
the Torns,
Right.
because during my interview with them, I discovered that they had old documents and, in some cases, missing documents that could have caused an enormous amount of difficulty if one of them wound up either incapacitated or in a nursing home or something like that. And as the director of this type of law for your law firm, I thought maybe it'd be helpful if you kind of described a typical scenario where a family comes in here that needs your help, and what do you find and how do you help them?
Sure, David. One of the things that we often see is procrastination, and that's a huge issue because as we all get older, we don't like to think about it, and our children don't want to bring it up to us as well.
Right.
So sometimes, or many times, someone that's in your position is about the only person who appears to be objective in the process. And so your role is so powerful in the sense that you have the objectivity of looking at the plan and seeing that there are needs. Typically when a family comes in with an elder parent or parents, They will come in with maybe someone like yourself, or it may be initiated by one or two of the children. And so what we do is that we take a snapshot of where they are with their finances, and we take a snapshot with where they are with their documents.
Gave me a lot of peace of mind, again, that we identified these shortcomings beforehand. We were able to take action beforehand and have everything in place and not have to react when the time comes. It's already taken care of up front.